Om Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tam Bhavyacharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosyam. Our salutation to, I bow down to Govinda, whose nature is bliss supreme, who is the Sadguru, who can be known only from the import of the Vedanta, and who is beyond the reach of speech and mind. So Vivekachudamani, you are reading it. It is one of the grandest gift of Shankara to the human society. In a nutshell, the highest spiritual truth have been so clearly explained in a logical way, and it is very inspirational to know that how we can live in this world at the same time transcend it. And we are reading this is the state of the Jivan Muktas, the people who are liberated. They were like us by their spiritual practice, by constant analysis that I am not the body, not the mind, but I am that divine, that I am that unchanging reality behind these changes. I am that absolute witness of all the phenomenal experiences that is going on, like a film moving in front of a projection lamp in a movie hall. I am unchanged. Different scenes coming in the reel, and there is some happiness, there is some misery, all experiences are going on, but I am neither of them. I am that witness, untouched by any suffering or pain, joy or pleasure. Nothing of the duality touches me. So I am pure. And this knowing this truth is the goal of life. We are born in this life for only this realization, not to spend our time in only the external objects which are flittering and changing and constantly in the move, birth and death, joys and suffering, comes one after another. No one can stop that. And this is the play of the divine, we call Maya, going on. If it is not, then there is no play at all. You go to movie to see many varieties of actions. We call action films, no? And as much action and as much excitement, that much is the rating of the movie. No one goes to see a movie where all are meditating, all are in samadhi. That we don't call a movie. We want excitement, we want fun, and we want killing, we want butchering, we want little show of love and show of affection, show of killing, show of everything. And then the movie becomes very popular movie. So this is the popular movie going on, and we are very intrigued into it. And there is nothing wrong to be intrigued into this phenomenal experience, but what happening, it is bringing the suffering and pain back to us. Main thing is that let it go on, what is there? But when a movie you find that someone is killing, butchering and torturing, you feel the pain here. The problem is there, why are you feeling the pain? Or all the actions in the film is affecting you, your peace. You are distressed, you are crying, you are weeping, you are excited, you are fun, you are in joy, you are in suffering. Why you will be affected? So this is the problem, and to solve this mystery, this is spiritual life, and this is the path of knowledge which Shankara teaches us. And here we are reading that these people are not ordinary people, they have realized the truth. But we are guided by, normally what happens, our karma, 3 types of karma, you all know. One is called Sanchita, which is in the store, Kriyaman and Prarabdha. Three karma. Every action you are doing, it is having either in the category of three. What is kriyaman? What you are doing now? Why are you doing all these things? Because you are incomplete. You want to gain something, to achieve something. To achieve something, then you are getting into action. And action, good or bad, having its impact, good and bad. You put your finger in the fire, fire burns. You put your finger into the ice, it cools. You take some chili, it burns your tongue and throat. You take some honey, it tastes different. Whatever karma you do, karma brings karma phala. And that karma phala is kriyaman, what I am doing now. It is now having instant effect. And it does not go away. It has an effect which settles down in the bottom of the heart. You throw a stone into the lake. What you see first? As violently you throw the stone, you find the immediate reaction. Big wave, small wave, ripple. But it does not go away. The stone goes where? It goes down into the bottom of the lake. Immediately action is action. But its impact remains in the subconscious. It goes to the subconscious. So any thought you think, you are creating your future. Because that is not ended at that time. You may shut your door and do something right or wrong thing. That impact will remain in you and you have to pay the price of it. Good, good, bad, bad. So that's why in our scripture says, don't think of anything bad of anyone. Think of God, think of purity. Otherwise what you are doing? You are putting a seed of poison or venom in your own heart. And you will have to pay for it after when time comes. So this is called the kriyaman, what I am doing now. And as a result of that karma, immediately my actions and reactions are coming. And it is creating an impression in the very ground of my subconscious. It remains there, it settles there. When favorable situation comes, that can aggravate. You got a bad feeling. Someday someone told you something harsh words. Simple example. That immediately you feel bad. It does not die. But what happens? Next time you see that guy, what happens? Who suffers? You could not handle that, and as a result, you are not handling every day, next time. It is aggravated from the subconscious, it is coming up. No? So, there is no escape from this. So, the life is miserable then. Be careful what you think, what you do, because you are creating your future happiness or misery. This is the kriyaman. Prarabdha. Now, why I run for this? Everyone have different taste and attraction. Why we feel attracted to do one way, another person another way? That is the tendency comes. This tendency, which has been settled down one by one, at the point of death, what happens? It says, the cumulative effect of all these thoughts and effects creates a last desire when he leaves the body. When I leave the body, last thought will come. What last thought will come? Not one thought, what you have thought. Impact of all this. They give the example of a soccer game. So when the ball is hit, someone is pushing this direction, another direction. Ultimately where the ball goes? The momentum effect of all this push and pull, no? So at the point of death, what thought will come? Impact of all these so many thoughts, and that will give the direction. And now, when that direction is given, see, ball is out of everyone's hand, isn't it? Then you see, last, the ball goes in this direction or that direction. This is our present life. The ball started journeying from there, and you being born, and your life is designed to move in this direction. Because of the prarabdha. Prarabdha means prakrishteno arabdha, which has been started long back. In your last life's all good, bad actions. And additionally, you have a stock of infinite impressions in your bundle, subconscious, which is not yet effective. They give the example of a archer. The archer carries some arrows, and he takes one of the arrow and shoots it. When you shoot this life, so many arrows, one of the thought out of that all bundle, predominant, you took it and you shoot it in a particular angle. That will be decided by all your karma. It is you are the destiny, maker of destiny. We put it to God when bad thing comes. Why God has put me into this situation? But if God is doing nothing, don't blame God. God says, na datteka sachit papam, na chaiva sukritam vibhu. Ajnanena amrita. Ajnana, being impacted by ignorance, people think God gives me this, God gives me that. No, God only has some arrangement. His rewards and prizes come because of your action. If you surrender to God, then it is God's. If you totally give it to God, then it is God's. But when you do the work, I did. And when the result comes, oh, God has put me. So that's the problem. We have to think that it is our karma we create. Therefore, there is a hope. I can do such karma by which I can be free also. So now, this where we are in this position of this, the three karmas you understood. One is called prarabdha, which is now this arrow is moving this way. You cannot change the arrow now. After you shoot it in a particular direction, it is running in the middle. You cannot change it. But what you can do? You can do such work so that in next life you don't get the trouble. That's why this karma theory comes. That's why our meditation comes, prayer comes, our japa, meditation, doing good to others, all these things come, so that what is happening in this life, it is going on. You cannot change the track. That's why kapal, my kapal. People say, my fate. You have created your fate. You have designed that fate. You do not know, but it is coming. But we need not have to cry for that, but we can do one thing. Out of that, we can create a new tendency and new test, so that we will be able to enjoy the bliss of God, so that this impact of this karma will not be with me. So, but what happens? It is we are bound by three types of karma. One is this prarabdha karma. Another is every day we are whatever we are doing. It is creating a settlement in your subconscious, every thought, which will be creating your future again, next life. And this life will, one time the arrow will go and hit something and drop. That is the death of the body. But all this karma you did in this life, its impact will start now. You have infinite millions of thoughts in your mind. All will not fructify. Out of this impact of all these thoughts, some predominant thought, as the ball will go which direction. It does not depend that first one person kicked it towards the north. It will go towards the north. Then again someone to the south, to the east, to the southeast. All these corners, ultimately it goes in the language of physics, it is called the parallelogram of forces, no? What is that?
Yes, Maharaj. If there is resultant, parallelogram.
Parallelogram of forces, resultant force and resultant angle it will go. Not this way, not that way, not that way, not that way. So all the life's karma, will have a resultant angle and resultant force. That force will give how long we will be in the life. For the mv, mass into velocity will be 0. But the direction is set, it will move in that direction and the velocity will come to 0, and then you drop, your body drops. But again, what you did in this, it went into the subconscious, that is going to give birth another arrow, and then it moves on. So this cycle of birth and death goes on and on and on. Tapati, can you move little your chair towards, no, you not, you sit only towards left. Only chair towards you this side. Push it this side. ওই যে পেছনের মুখটা দেখতে পাবো, বাস আর কিছু, সবাইকে দেখতে পাবো, আর কিছু করতে হবে, বসে পড়ুন, বাস এনাফ, একটু সরে এলো, I can see everything. So now, so prarabdha karma, it is inevitable. We are going through it every day. We are going through it. We have to handle it, face it, and we get the sorrows and suffering, joys and pain every day. Now, there is kriyaman, and what is I am doing now, I have no control because of my past, and I am adding some karma. Not only my past is pushing me, my likes and dislikes, my anger and frustration, my hatred and all these things, adding to that, and that is the cause of next birth. And another is a stock of infinite impression in my mind, which is called sanchita. Sanchita means sanchaya. Sanchaya means collection. Collection of so many thoughts are there. Life after life, life after life, life after life. It has gone to some subconscious, even we are not aware of it. That's why in your dream you see sometimes that you are attacked by a tiger. Where the tiger came from? You are in your bed, but you see such horrible thing which you never imagined in this life. No? Where does it come from? Your mind is bringing, no? Mind brings from where? Deep subconscious. So many things, all hodgepodge. Which will come, you have no control over that. So these 3 types of karma, and we suffer so long we are in the physical body. But if you are a realized soul, what will happen? You will go through the experience, but you will know it is like dream. It has no reality. It does not affect. It will not disturb your peace, because you know I am watching the film. The film is rolling. I am the eternal light. Nothing has happened in that. Neither on the projection, on the screen. Nothing has happened there. It is a white screen all the time. But you are seeing fire there, killing there, blood there, or food there, feast is going on, party is going on, dancing is going on, everything you see, but it is only the white screen. Understand? That is the position of a knower of truth. So we are talking about how knower of truth is called Jivan Mukta. Mukta means free, while Jivan in this life. So that's why you have read already that for one who has realized the truth, 442, page 184, for one who has realized the truth of Brahman, there is no more attachment to the sense objects as before. If there is, then that man has not realized his identity with Brahman, but is one whose senses are outgoing in their tendency. So be careful to understand who is a sadhu, who is a guru, who is a spiritual person. Not talking big talks. There may be big talkers. There may be big scholars. Knowing all the Bhagavaikuri, Shabdajuri, Shastra, Vakkha, Kaushalam, you may have such art of speaking, using vocabulary, beautiful vocabulary and oratory and everything. This is nothing spiritual. Spirituality is that Vigyata Brahma Tattvasya Jatha Purvana Sangsriti. Once one has realized Vigyato, when experienced that knowledge, Brahma Tattva, the Tattva of the Brahma, Brahma Swarupa, the nature of the Brahman, Yatha purvang na sangsriti. They don't come back and go around like us. Vastichet sa vigyatam. And if you see that he has the tendency to get cling into these things, he is not a Brahmagyan. Who have no attachment for anything like this, the world comes and goes, it is going on its own way. I am that Brahman untouched by anything. When that knowledge is established, no, that person is Brahmagyan. Then you have said, but even if you have realized that highest, but 443 you have read, that if it be asked that he is still attached to the sense objects through the momentum of his old desires, the reply is no, for desires get weakened through the realization of one's identity with Brahman. Well, no, he has gone, he has realized the truth, but still he goes for sensate experiences, still he gets into the worldly thing, though he is realized. True, Brahmagyanis can do that, but don't get confused there. Ramakrishna said, an expert dancer does not make any false step. Is it not? If you are a realized soul, why will you go for petty things, tell me? If you get $1 billion, will you see there is a garage sale is going on, let me go and save $10? Will you do that? If you do, then you are not a billionaire. It is a simple formula. So someone say, oh, I have realized God, but I go for sex experience, this experience, nothing, I am Brahmagyan. Be careful. You are not a billionaire then. You live in the petty $10 business. So you be there. That's all. Don't make a wrong statement. So because your mind becomes so pure, you are filled with joy, so much joy. Nothing in the world can make parallel to that. It becomes meaningless stress. So that is the Brahmagyan. So that's why many are caught into this trap. In the Kathopanishad says that they think that they are Brahmagyanis, being blind in their understanding. They try to lead others blind. And Ramakrishna came uncompromising truth. Swami Vivekachudamani came, he lectured in this country, he said, I cleared the hall. He spoke of so much renunciation. God is truth, God is principle. There is no touch of any mundane material thing. It is divine, it is pure. In such a way, one by one, the hall, the listeners thought it is too high going above their head. And he said, I cleared the hall. The entire hall is empty. No one is ready to listen to that high level of renunciation and detachment. You want freedom. It's a matter of joke. You will have to give up all these petty things. If you keep your mind in the petty things, how can you think of noble things? It's a very simple thing. When you are, say some young brothers are here, when you are going for your test, very serious test or examination or some deadline, where is your fun time then? You have no time to even watch the television which you like most or have some information. You didn't get 7 days to see what is going on in the nation. Why? Because your focus is changed. You cannot do that. So if you love God with a heart and soul, with everything dedicated to God. So it will not be compromising. If you see that, then doubt it. Some people say, oh, I have some experience. I say, experience? Yes, good. But what is the sign of experience? And between hallucination and experience? You think that you have experience, but after the experience, have you changed? Did your character change? Like it is said, you touch a philosopher's stone, the ordinary gold will be turned into gold. Philosopher's touch stone, no? If your life does not get transformed, if you don't feel that there is a tremendous infinite joy in me, I can feel that, I can touch that, then what is your spirituality? You are talkers only. So this is important. Pay attention. Ramakrishna said that Ishwar Darshan Jivaner Uddesya. Ishwar love, the attainment of this knowledge, or realizing God is the goal of life. So, if that is done, your attraction for things will go away. You will see God everywhere. What is not yours? You don't steal. Suppose a person does not steal his own property. Suppose this house belongs to someone, and he has or she has some gold and jewel in one room. In the night time, he or she does not feel, oh, I'll have to steal this and put it in this place. It is yours. This is also yours. This is also yours. When you realize God, what will you see? You see, here is that same joy. Here is the same joy. So what to steal? It is yours. Sarvam khalu idam Brahma. Everything is permeated with that Brahman consciousness. You are that. You don't want to steal your own right pocket money to the left pocket and left pocket to the right pocket, because it is you. And Vedanta teaches, I am that. And that is the knowledge of the self. So when that knowledge comes, he sees the presence of God in the trees, in the plants, in the earth, in the water, in the sun, in the moon, in the insects, in the crocodile, in everywhere. Seer and the seen, the slayer and the slain, they are all one. That becomes that story of Ramakrishna. The one sadhu was beaten by some innocently he was going, and someone came and bit that sadhu, and he became unconscious, almost to the verge of death. And then suddenly the monks of the monastery came to know, and they came and took that sadhu, good holy person, took him back, and with much effort a little sense came back. So someone is giving little warm milk, someone is fanning, and then that after as soon as he get back to the consciousness, he was asked, tell me, who has done this to you? Who beat you? What is the tremendous response? He who is feeding me the milk, it is he who has beaten me. There is no two. The same cosmic consciousness working. We call the Adda Shakti, the mother's play. You say in a different language. That it is the force behind all action is that consciousness. So it is only one. And who is my enemy? Who is my friend then? So that will come. What is not mine that I have to grab it? What shall I crave for if everything belongs to me? So this is the very important idea. It has been said, but prachino vasana avashat. I have my previous tendencies. So because of the impulse of that, if someone says, samsarati iti chet, if you think that I love this, I get attached to this, I am behaving like that, but in my heart I am a Brahmagani. No. Less that. You are a Brahmagani minus that much. That much you finish, then you will be a Brahmagani. You may be 10% Brahmagani. We are all 10%, 5%, 20%, some may be 70% Brahmagani. But 30%, 40%, how much is the values we put to the other objects, that much is less of that Brahmagana. So, Sadaikatra Vijnanat Mandi Bhavati Vasana. If you know that, your Vasana, your craving, your desire for the mundane, petty things of life will be Mandi Bhavati. It reduces, it becomes minimum. Now, the 444, the propensities of even a confirmed liberated are checked in the presence of his mother. Similarly, when Brahman, the blissful absolute, has been realized, the man of realization has no longer any worldly tendency. Even one person is so much sensate, but when that person goes to before his mother, that tendency goes away. Mother is so pure to the child, no? Similarly, if you have a Brahmagyan, the craving for this anything will automatically drop you. What a great example he has given. Now, 445. One who is constantly practicing meditation is observed to have external perception. The Shrutis mention prarabdha work in the case of such a man, and we can infer this from the result actually seen. What does it mean? Nididhyasana shilasya. Within Vedanta we call Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Shravana means listening. Manana means you reflect. Sitting alone, think whether this truth, what has been said, is correct or not. And then deeply contemplate. Okay? Deeply contemplation is Nididhyasana or meditation, no? What meditation here? Not meditation on the form of God. But here meditation means Brahman alone is true, all else is false. Analyze, everything is impermanent, everything is the projection of the mind, everything comes and flows for so long our mind is impure or pure in that it appears differently. So when you are established in that's Shilasa. Shila means that you are habituated in that type of thinking. You have advanced in that way. Nididhyasana Shilasa. That Shila means it is your established, that has become your tendency. And that person, Baisho Pratyayo Ikshate. When you do like that, will you not see the outside world then? Ramakrishna, did he not see Rakhal, as Vivekachudamani as Naren? Is he mistake? In a Brahmagana state means all hodgepodge? No, those who are in that state, they can experience the world. Suppose you realize God today. When you come back to this state, you will say, give me rice, give me dal, give me a glass of water. Oh Hari, do this. So you call by name. The same person you mean. No. That means the external behavior pattern goes on. So you come back into your mind. Even you are constantly analytically getting absorbed in the consciousness of Brahman. You may get into that. But Braviti Shruti Retasya Prarabdhan Phaladarshana. Why it happens? It is the impact of Prarabdha. So long the body is going on, the arrow is moving on, you have realized God in between. But the arrow will not fall there. Or arrow will continue to go till the lifespan. Ramakrishna, after realization and practice of all spiritual ideal, how long he lived? Ramana Maharshi, after his experience, how many years he lived still in the body? All the Brahmagyanis, say Brahmananda, Vivekachudamani, Shivananda, in our tradition or in any tradition, they realize souls. They don't die as soon as they realize God and die. Then we didn't know what is that. Your God realization means dead, then we are not going to that direction. I will die, then finish. I do not know it is joy or it is suffering, it is darkness or it is light. You come back and tell us, how is that? Your face will say. When you are put to test of life, then you will smile. Ramakrishna in the throat cancer, smiling and giving joy to everyone. I know, he is a Brahmagyani. See, that is the result of that. Otherwise, after that, if you die, you will have to imagine what is happening there, who knows. To testify that is a pleasurable place, joyful place, you will have to give that test when you come back in Prarabdha. So now, Prarabdha will continue even you realize God. Got this point very clearly? You can put the arrow started with the momentum and in a particular direction. Your life, you may be born in this family or that family, your life is going on from here to there to there to there. And in between, by your spiritual practice or analyzing Atman alone is rule, all is false, or by prayer and meditation or Nishkama Karma, 4 yogas, whatever you do, this book focuses on analytical path. Do that, and suppose in a split moment you realize the truth. What will happen? You will be in Samadhi that time, you will be merged into Brahman. But when you come back again, you will see the world. When Ramakrishna after experience came back, Hridaya Ram, the Hridaya who used to serve Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna said, oh my God, he has helped me so much, or he has also created so much trouble for me. He created such horrible torture. Ramakrishna one time thought that I will commit suicide. On the bank of Ganga, he was going to, because he's torturing too much. Torturing means, hey uncle, you ask for this thing, the devotees, he's fearful. Someone brought a pumpkin, and that lady brought the pumpkin, seeing that Ramakrishna like a child says, hey, don't show it. Hridaya comes, then he will catch me. He will say, you asked for the pumpkin, and then I will be tortured, so to take away. But by that time Hridaya has come, and he started, you, and he's threatening Ramakrishna. See, the prarabdha going on. Because he's a Brahmajnani, this pumpkin story will not stop. life will continue. But the glory is that they're like a child, but they know it is all fun. No? How like a child gets little frightened, and the Brahmajnanis are like children. Very innocent child. They get sometimes behave like that. But they're not attached to anything. So that comes. So remind it that we too should be clear that Brahma Jnana does not mean that you will be dead. Rather you will feel coming back, the world functioning, but it is not as real as you see. Example is given, intensely to see the drama or movie, you go to the movie hall and they put the light totally off. And whole attention goes to the screen, is it not? And now, if you want to feel that this is all the play, then you put a bright light before that. Like you need your, what you call in the screen, in the television, you see something. You know something is going on, it is not real. But when you go to movie hall, you know it is real. More intense, because there is more deep ignorance. And when light falls, you can see the same thing, but you can smile and you can enjoy that a little bit. Brahma Jnana means with knowledge you see the world. It's all going on because you have come back to the mind level, and mind is under Maya. No? As soon as you enter into this zone, you are fallen into Maya. Maya, Swami Vivekananda said, mind is Maya. Through the mind you are seeing, so you will see these things, but you will not be impacted by that. You will not be affected by that. 446, page 186. Prarabdha work is acknowledged to persist so long as there is the perception of happiness and if the like means happiness, pleasure, pain, opposites. Every result is produced by an action, and nowhere is it seen to accrue independently of action. Without action, you cannot get any result. Action and reaction. Every action has equal and opposite reaction. Third law of motion. No? So, you do anything, its action must follow. You think a thought, you do an action, inadvertently you are walking on the street. A thorn may prick. Because you are walking, thorn will not speak, that will not happen. Thorn is there and you have stepped upon it, it will prick you. So the life's journey goes on. So it said, Sukha adi anubhavo javat tavat prarabdhamishyate phalodayo kriya purvo niskriyo nahi kudrajit. Sukha adi anubhavo. Sukha adi means happiness. Adi means dukkha, pleasure, pain, joy, suffering, all these alternates, dualities. These are anubhava, these experiences. Javat, how long? You are feeling that, you know. Tavat prarabdham. You are under the jurisdiction of prarabdham. Your past action is continuing. And follow dayaho kriya purva niskriya. And follow, whenever the action is there, fall means result is to be followed. Niskriya nahi kutrachit. You cannot live in the world without any action. Even Ramakrishna. So if in a physical body will work at the physical level. But your spiritual entity will be totally different. So you cannot escape the prarabdha so long you are under the level of the mind. Under the level, you come back. Because you may be Brahmajnani, but you have come back into. That's why Ramakrishna used to say, oh, I will drink some water. Oh, I shall take some jalebi. Oh, I like to have this. Little desire. That desire is bringing that mind into the level of relativity. So long you say this happiness and misery, etc., you will have to accept there is prarabdha, and in this prarabdha there is karma and karma follow. But for a Brahmajnani, karma follow is not there because they are not associated with it. That's the beauty of that. For us, karma follow will come and I will have to pay the price of it. But Brahmajnani, if he does, because he has no identification, ego sense is gone, so he does not get the effect. No, a child is playing, I give the example, a child is playing nowadays toy guns and real guns also. Maybe some parents forgot and kept a gun there, and the child was playing and then shoot somewhere, and maybe his mom or his dad or his brother got injured. No judge comes to penalize that baby, 5-6 years baby, to put into jail. Though he did the action. He did the triggering, not knowing, like a child playing. Because he has no ego sense, he does not get the punishment. So the Brahmajnanis have no ego sense. They may do something in this life, but they are not affected by that. But for us, prarabdha will have its impact. Good, bad. Aham brahmeti vijnanat kalpakoti shatarjitam sanchitam vilayam yati prabodhat swapna karmavat. Aham brahmeti vijnanat. When you know that I am Brahman, I am the Absolute, with this knowing does not mean intellectual knowing. Knowing means experiencing. When you know that you are Brahman, you are not the body, not the mind, not the intellect, you are that eternal, absolute, unchanging truth, day and night thinking, meditating and pursuing into that, a flash comes when the mind becomes pure. At that point you know that I am Brahman. If it is Vijnana, Kalpa Koti Shata Arjitam Sanchitam. The Sanchita karma, which was in the quiver of the hunter. Hunter has so many arrows. He only selected one arrow and shoot it. And that is our present life, one arrow. But there are hundreds of arrows. In our life, Sanchita karma, as I have said, not this life's impressions, previous life. Indian concept is that 8.4 millions, or what is the crore? 84 koti. What is the crore? 1 crore is how many? 10 million. 840. 840 million. Lifetimes all this past karma is in your storehouse.
Oh man.
Baba, you are a rich person, we are all rich people. And if you want, the Western psychologists, what they say, Eastern psychologists differ. If you, Western psychologists say, no, you tell everything what is there. Bring out. And if I bring out 840 million lives, you will be in danger. All the cat idea, dog idea, lion, dinosaur, all this crocodile and shark and all these lives, all experiences are all stored one after another, layer. You will bring out everything. Oh my God. So don't do that. Rather, opposite idea, what Vedanta teaches, say, I am Brahman, I am Brahman, I am Brahman, I am Brahman, I am Brahman. Go on adding load of positive thinking, I am that, I am that. So let it go to such a level, it never raises its head. The demon never raises his head. So that is the way. Change your identity. Past is gone, dead. Don't think of that. Good, bad. Yes, I did good. Yes, I did bad. Gone, past. I will think I am divine. Start on. Hammer, hammer, hammer. What will go? The subconscious will be in such a level, it will not have any effect on you. Sits in our mind, how many good, bad thoughts are there in our mind? It is coming out now? No. We are thinking of Atman, Brahman, our mind is a different level. So if we can increase this type of spiritual practice, then what will happen? The prarabdha, the sanchita, which is accumulated past, will have no effect on you. Brahmagyan, as soon as Brahmagyana comes, knowledge of the self comes, you are all sanchita karma. You are not to worry about that. What will happen to my past karma? I did that bad. In previous life I have killed somebody. Everyone does that. No one is holy. Those holy people, you think they are not holy. That's why it is a big statement. That the saint has a past. Don't think he is saint all through. And sinner has a future. That means you can create yourself to be a saint and you can make yourself to be a sinner. So therefore, make this effort and you realize that Brahman, what will happen? What the greatest benefit will come? You will have not to be bothered about your all accumulated past 840 million lives, all these good bad things what you did. It is in the stock. That is called that's why the rebirth happens. We call the Sukshma Sarira, leaves this body, enters into the body. That example, your computer, this computer machine is becoming old. One day it will be dysfunctional and the owner will say, hey, this is not functioning, get out. When it will get out, then already you plan what computer you are going to purchase. Mac or HP or whatever. When you plan, that's your planning next life. And after planning, what you do? You data transfer. You don't keep the data here, okay, let it go. You transfer the data, and that is sanchita karma. All these past impressions, you are transferring. Don't you do that in computer? You don't leave the information there. So the past life to this life, this data transfer is constantly happening whenever you are having a new computer. New birth, new birth, new birth. So that's why sanchita karma continues with us. Only by Brahmagyana that is destroyed. It is like they give the example, the hunter is always putting arrow and killing animals and things. One day he comes to his sense, no, I don't want to do this job anymore. And throws away the
arrows.
All the arrows means all that was in your stock. Throw away. So we, with the knowledge, dawning on the knowledge, knowing my real nature, this all past throws away. That is the sanchita karma. So, through the realization of one's identity with Brahman, for 447, all the accumulated actions of 100 crores of cycles come to naught. They have no impact. Like the actions of the dream state on awakening. Last night you saw some dream, maybe horrible dream, maybe pleasing dream. When you woke up, where did it go? It has no existence anymore. Similarly, this will be the effect when you can attain to Brahmagyan thinking, I am no more the body. And also another argument, all these actions and this good and bad has been accumulated because of the body. When you say I am not the body, to where it will go? It will follow the body, not to you. So this is the point. Disassociate with the body. Identify with yourself as Atman. Then all the horrible past or good, whatever we have, that will have no impact in our life to give us, create us pain or suffering. Yat kritam 448. Yat kritam sapna velayam punyam papam Sukta titasya vintasyat swargyaya narakaya va. Yat kritam sapna velayam. Suppose last night you did some holy deed. Will you take it to heaven now? Sapna broke, it also broke. There is no heaven. You did something bad in the dream. Is it taking you to hell? No, that is gone. Sapna broke. This is the daydream going on. When this dream breaks, what will happen? You will feel I am Atman. It will vanish. How? Like your dream. As every night's dream vanishes for us when we wake up, similarly this long dream of life, its suffering and birth and death and all these actions, reactions, crying and weeping, everything will vanish like a dream breaks. Swami Vivekananda said that the dream break. But if you are to dream then nobler dreams, higher dreams. Dream of Ramakrishna, dream of Krishna, dream of Rama. That is the dream world. Remain in that. If you cannot get out of the dream, live in that dream. Don't get down into the mundane dreams to suffer more and more. Can the good actions or dreadful sins that a man fancies himself doing in the dream state lead him to heaven or hell after he is awakened from the sleep? So this is when we awake from this sleep. This is a sleep, and or we can say the dream. When you awake from this dream, where is the happiness? Where is the misery? Whatever horrible in your dream, whatever sweetest thing came in the dream, nothing is real. It is gone. Because it is a particular mental state, the mental wave created these realities. This present mental state is creating this universe. So get out of the mind. Then you will have neither of these things. And what will remain, that will remain. And that is called Brahman. That is called God. 449. Samya asangam udashinam parigyayo navuyana no kishyati chayat kinchit kadachit bhavi karmavihi. Sam asangam udasinam parigyayo. You have to know. Swam means myself. What I am? Asangam. There is a verse. You chant, no? Asangoham, 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 punah, punah. No? Till I am not attached. I am in this life, but I am not attached to anything. Like a lotus carries the water in its water petal, then the leaf. But it does not catch. It does not get stuck. We get stuck. That is the problem. As I give my favorite example, we are like Velcro. And anywhere it gets stuck. It's very difficult to bring it out. It does not want. It gets stuck there. But it should be like Padmapatri jal, like a water in the lotus leaf. It is there. It seems it is holding. But little wind comes, boom, 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 gone. So we should live in the world like that detached. Do your duties. Serve everything. So long you have to do your duties. But think, God is my reality. This is only a temporary thing come as a responsibility. Okay, it is there, I am serving. It is gone. It's gone. But God does not go, God does not come. So, asangoham, udasinam. Stay in a detached outlook. Udasinam. Udasinam means not irresponsible people. Udasin means he is very selfish. He does not want to think of anybody. It's like a wall. Does not give you special attention. You have come. No emotion in the dirt. or a wall does not say, hey, get out. You are a bad guy here. They observe udasinam, detached. So udasinam. And Purigyayo navu jatha, like the space. Navu means the space, akasha, as like space. No, the cloud comes, cloud goes. What does it mean? Oh, it is fire. It's a smoke. But what happens to this akasha? Akasha remains untouched. Akasha does not get clung into it, but it is happening in the akasha. So like that thing will happen in your life, but you will be detached. No? If you can do that, realizing the Atman, that Atman is unattached and is indifferent, like the sky, then individual being is na srishyati na cha jat kinchit kadachit bhavi karmavi. He is never touched in the least by the actions, what he has done or yet to do. He will be detached all the time. That's the whole Gita says, no? Karma, 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 only detached. It's a very simple word, but it takes whole life to practice. What is the time? It's done. Or what? Acha 4:50, huh? Or we end at 4:50. Nanabhu ghatayogena suragandhena lipyate tathatmo adhiyogena tadharmenaiva lipyate. No, Nabhu means the sky, is not ghatayogena affected by the smell of suragandhena lipyate. Because there is ghata, you place a ghat. The space does not. You put in a glass some wine or something else. The space is not affected by that. The space holds everything, but see the detachment of the space. It is giving space for the stars and galaxies and all these rotations going on in the infinite sky, but it is not affected by any stellar movement or the asteroid heat. It is not affected by anything. All the black stars and one galaxy is going to black hole. But space is very unique. It's detached. Okay, let it happen. Okay, stay. Okay, go. There's no. You may say, is it like a dry-hearted personality? But Brahmogyanis are not dry-hearted. Christ, Buddha, Rama, Krishna, you see, they are the most lovable people, and they mostly love us more than anyone can love. But at the same time, detached love. That's a big philosophy. We never think of that. Love means attachment. I love you, so I do glued to you. Glued to you means so long you listen to me. So no, but it is called freedom. Love is freedom, at the same time detached. Freedom, detachment. And that gives this sweetness of love. But we do not know unless we become spiritual. That love is not known to us unless we become spiritual. That's why in our life we feel the sadhus, the holy people whom we met in our life. And they loved us. We say sometimes, oh, they are loved. We have never got love like them. They loved us so much. Why? They have no money, they have nothing to give. But what they gave in our life, I think that my mom loves more. My mom is to love, my brother is to love, my sister is to love, uncle, auntie, grandma. But this sadhu supersedes all. Why? Because he has nothing gained for himself. His love is unconditional. He loves only, withdraws. He gives you what he has to contribute and hands off. That's yours. So that is the thing here is mentioned. The sky, in that way, like a Brahman, is as the sky is not affected by the smell or fragrance of a thing, through its connection with the jar, where this bad thing is kept or good thing is kept. Similarly, the Atman, Tatha, Atma Upadhi Yogena, then Atman is not to the connection with these limitations. These are limitations. Body is a limitation, mind is a limitation, understanding is a limitation, ego is a limitation. Associated with this is that Atman will not be affected. A space is not affected. That pure Atman is not affected. Whether you do good karma or bad karma, or you think noble thought or all unholy thought, it matters little. Atman remains same, and Atman connects us all the time. Without Atman, no one can breathe, no one can see, no one can act, no one can hear. So everything is happening because of the Atman. A sky is there. Because of that, every rotation is happening, every action is happening. But the sky is detached. It does not feel crying for this star to die or that star to come, birth of a star, death of a star, of a galaxy. It does not bother about that. But it gives space like a mother giving space for the child. So he is there holding, but at the same time. So the Atmajnani, the knower of Brahman, will live in the world in the same way, and not through its connection with the limitations affected by the properties thereof. Body property, mind property, etc. etc.
453 or something.
Shall we go?
453.
453. Now 451, let us read. Jnanodayat purarabdham karma jnanadashyati adatva savaram lakshyam uddishyo srishtavanava. So the Jnanodayat pura arabdham karma jnanat nanasyati. The work which has fashioned this body prior to the dawning of knowledge is not destroyed by that knowledge without yielding its fruit. Got this point? Suppose you put the arrow with the strength here, or see simple example, you throw a stone. With the intensity and the direction you threw the stone, you cannot stop till it reaches, as I said, the momentum, zero. Till it reaches the target. When it's out of your hand, you can say, hey, stone, stop, I didn't want that you should go that direction. No, you cannot change that, you have no control. You put a gun and trigger, and it's going in the trajectory. In the middle you say, hey, don't go that side, come this side. It will not come. It will have its own action. So prarabdha, what the body was designed to act, it will go on in its own way. But Brahmajnana will not stop that. But the bad effect of the prarabdha which we are suffering, that suffering will be gone. You will know the body is suffering. Hori Maharaj, Turi Ananda, when he has Carbuncle, he said, my body is suffering. Mahapurush Maharaj, how are you? He didn't sleep whole night because he has very breathing trouble, asthmatic. Whole night, sitting, lying, panting for breath. Morning someone came, Maharaj, how are you? I'm perfectly okay. His assistant said, no Maharaj, you didn't sleep all night. Oh, you are talking of the body. Yes. It was, the body didn't get sleep. Body is separate, body didn't get sleep. But I was happy. So this is the point. They remain in their happiness, they can detach from this. It is the body has suffered, not me. Yeah, our all suffering happens in two places, is it not? Either in your body or in your mind. Someone says a few words, sweet and sour. You feel excited, you feel dejected, is it not? It is happening in your mind. Nothing has happened in your physical body. Only use some bad words or some wrong something which hurts you, no? And then you take it and you cry and complain to 20 people, hello. You know what he said, this is, I am so, where is the suffering? In your mind. So if you can detach from the mind, I am not the mind. Let the mind understand. That's why Hori Maharaj used to say, Deho jane ar dukkha jane, mon tumi ananda thako. Oh my mind, you remain in bliss. Let the body understand and your mind understand the suffering and joy. You are above that. What a beautiful idea. Only if we can do this, just switching the body consciousness and mind association of the mind from that level to our real divine self, finish, problem is solved. So, the work which has fashioned this body, that means how this body will work. Someone is living 100 years, someone will living 70 years, someone will die with cancer, someone will have some kidney failure, someone will have brain stroke, someone will have heart stroke, something will be, someone in the accident, someone may be not nothing, just in bed. You do not know how he died. Doctor say, oh, a severe, massive heart attack. But you give some example. But whatever way this body is fashioned to die, it will do. To the dawning of knowledge. As soon as knowledge comes, but is not destroyed by the knowledge without yielding its food. Its action will go on till it reaches its end. Like the arrow shot at an object. Now what will happen? 452. Badghro buddhya vinirmukto bana paschantu gomado natishtati chinatyeva laksham begena nirvaram. So the arrow Badghro buddhya vinirmukto bana, you have just, there is a tiger. No? Thinking that you put an arrow, you string an arrow, and the arrow is out of your hand. No? And arrow which is shot at the object with the idea that it is tiger. But suppose you see that no, it is not the tiger. Hurry, it is a good rishi. What is the story? Dasharath. Yeah. He had the skill to see, listen to the sound, and could understand if the deer is drinking the water, the noise it makes. This is called Shabdo Vedi Ban. That arrow where Shabdo, sound, following that sound, where the sound is coming, he has such skill, can put the arrow there. And actually, the Andha, there is a sage, father and mother, both are blind, they have their one son only. And the son was, the mom and dad said, we are thirsty, so they went to take a pitcher of water and went to take the water, and as he put the jar in the water, it makes it sound bak, 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 bak. As it makes, you can think how it. And Dasharath is such a noble person with no bad intention, but prarabdha karma. His prarabdha guided him, and he shoot that arrow and he hit that boy, and he died. And then Dasharath, Rama's father, Ramchandra's father, went and tried to find out where is the deer, and on the point he saw, it is not the deer, it is the Rishiputra, the son of the sage. And he felt so much bad, but the dead, it is gone. So he took that boy and presented to the parents. Both are blind. Seeing someone coming, said, my child, why it took so long? We are thirsty, give us some water. And then Dasaratha said, oh, forgive me, this has happened. See, karma will bring the effect. The sage said, oh, you give me such this trouble, but my only son, you have killed him, though innocent, but you have killed it. So when you will die, you will suffer the same way, the separation of the son's separation, or son's pain of separation. No? That Ramachandra went, so he was in such a situation, he died because of the separation from Ramachandra. So karma will bring its effect. So the arrow which is shot, you do not know that is a deer, but you thought it is a deer, but you hit something. It was a innocent boy was killed that way. It with idea that it is tiger does not, when that object is perceived to be a cow, check itself, but pierce the object with full force. No? The arrow will do and its action. Therefore, prarabdham balavattaram kholu vidang bhogena tasakshaya shamyak jnana udasanena vilaya prak sanchidagaminam. Brahmatmaikam avekshatan mayataya yoit sarvada sangasthita teshang tatriyatayang nahi kachil api. There you go now. We are not in the perfect chanting, no? Prarabdhan balamattanam khuru vidan bhogena tassakshaya samyagyana hutashanena vilaya prak sanchitagamina brahmatmaikyam avekshatan mayadayayi sarvada sangasthita teshang tatritayang nahi kachit api brahmaivate nirgunam. So the prarabdha work is certainly very strong for the man of realization and is spent only by actual experience of his fruits. That's why you find prarabdha, there is a statement, no one can escape prarabdha. Even a Brahmajnani, body will undergo, because bodily action, so body will have to undergo that suffering or joy or pleasure and pain. Sometimes in our life we see, you didn't do anything, but someone came and gave you something which you like and you are very happy. You may thank that guy, but it is your own karma has brought it to you. In your life, you didn't do anything bad, but someone comes and just makes your life hell. It is your karma, you are repaying your karma. No one to blame. Don't blame others. It is your karma. That's why it is sometimes the devotees look upon the sufferings of life as God's blessing. It is like, I give the modern example. When you go to the market and don't think right and left, take your credit card and go shopping, whatever you like. It exceeds your limit, money is not there, borrow, they will not say anything, only go on spending. But when the question of repayment comes, then you learn, my God, 24% interest. So where will you come from? So you have to pay, and pay off. When you pay off, then you are in trouble. So this karma will have its effect, and you have to pay off. And when pay up period comes, that's a very painful time. And we say, I am a good guy, why things happening to me? But devotees will say, hey, I am paying up my loan. God has organized this way, this is the time for my payment. So, good. I may be live little austere, but my payment is done. So that's the attitude, prarabdha karma. So it says prarabdha work is certainly very strong for the man of realization, even, and is spent only by the actual experience of the fruits. That's why they say many sadhus of our order, Swami Sarvadevananda, he had his cancer in the nose here in this area. He was a Swami from Holland. And he saw Swami Vivekachudamani in New York, and he met with Swami Turiyananda, and he was very fascinated to Swami Turiyananda's Vedantic teaching. And then he went to India and died in India, and last days above Dehradun, Barloganj, there is a place, Barloganj. So, but he suffered so much from this. But he was not aware. It is, yes, when he comes back to the consciousness, he will be. But because he is a Brahmajnani, he knows his body is suffering. So this is the uniqueness of Brahmajnana. But because you have attained Brahmajnana, you will not have the effect of your prarabdha. Your accumulated will go away. Accumulated karma will go away. All the life after life, all bad good, that is in the stock, that gone. But what has started this journey, this trajectory, you will have to experience through this body, to this mind, even if you realize God. But you can detach. I cannot detach. I am attached. Because I am attached, I suffer. Because you can detach. In life you look at that. Why you get suffering? When you get attached. Suppose your son does not listen to you. Or your daughter, you want to, she will be like that, this, that. When it does not happen, what happens to you? Who suffers? You suffer. Why? Why you are suffering? Who has asked you to suffer? No, my daughter. My daughter. That's why he is suffering. It is God's daughter. Okay. Baba, I told them, or my God's son. Okay. I am only caretaker. So, God take care. But no, my. How can I get out? And then I shed tears and cry and weep. So you suffer. So where is the problem? My versus God's. So detachment is like that. When detachment comes, you are free. When attachment comes, you cry, weep, and you most miserable person in the world. While the actions previously accumulated, or the accumulated karma, sanchita, and those yet to come, suppose in this life whatever you have done, no? What will happen? It should have come in the next birth. But when you have realized God in between, in this journey, then you are Brahmajnani. For you, there will be no effect of your whatever karma you did in this life. So you are saved from both karmas. You have accumulated millions and millions of lives past karma. That will not come to you. And in this life, from childhood till the point of God realization, whatever karma you have done, that good and bad, that will also have no effect. But there is no way out till this life ends. Like the arrow hits the target and drops. So this part you have to, you are a Brahmajnani, you will have to go through it. But only you know it is body suffering, that's why you don't suffer. But we don't know, that's why we suffer. While the actions previously accumulated and those yet to come are destroyed by the fire of perfect knowledge, but none of the three at all affects those who, realizing their identity with the Brahman, are always living absorbed in the idea, in that idea. That means those who are in samadhi, there will be no feeling of even the pain and pleasure. Ramakrishna, when something is happening and any song is sung, his mind goes to samadhi, no? And he does not feel anything, any pain. We don't feel any pain. If you go to deep sleep, do you feel any pain? When you go to hospital, doctor give us anesthesia and push the mind to sleep. What doctor you do? You cut and pieces. I don't know anything. Yeah. So one of our nun, she was having her knee surgery. So but she was given anesthesia, partial. And nowadays they don't give total anesthesia. But as soon as this sensation was little less or something, she woke up and she saw in the screen the some chiseling is going on. But it is her own knees. So, but you are not feeling anything because your mind is not connected here, is it not? So if we can learn the art of putting the mind in the divine, the same thing will happen. Body will go through its all reactions, but it will not be affected by that. It's reasonable. They are all living absorbed in idea. They are verily the transcendent Brahman. Okay? Anyhow, thank you. Jai Ma. So thank you for coming. Though I came in an odd day, but at least you could come and wanted to see you more. But only Mother knows when he will bring. But it is always our great joy to see you all. Okay, Jai Ma.
Pray to Mother that she keeps you coming here.
I will pray that you are gathering sincere devotees like you, more and more come. We don't want overflowing crowd. Ha ha hoo 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 and gone. There is no impact in life. We want who are serious. Come 10, come 20. Bring serious people. The whole world is full of ha ha hoo. When in the mega church you go, 10,000 people are going. Good. It's a good thing. But what is the impact in life? We should have serious people. We'll take it as life's problem and we'll have to solve this problem. We are in a real difficulty. We cannot sleep like that. Every day crying and weeping and little jumping and joy and fun and then again to depression. Is this a life? So please bring good friends who are serious for life. The superficial people will come, they will gather and say, wow, and then never seen in the whole month or whole year. That is good in one sense, but we want serious people. And let this center be for serious people, to build up their life, to get peace in their life. You are the people who will give peace to others. Seeing your life, your understanding, your knowledge, they will learn more. See, in this life we can live this way. We can try. We are all trying to live that life. And what a blessings. Unless we read this, unless we absorb this thing in our life, what is the good for this life and for the good for any other? So I would pray for that, and I will expect you that you should bring more people like that. Serious people, those who meditate, those who want to pray, those who want to do selfless work, those who want to serve God and think that who am I? What is my real identity? Not this what I am in the world of appearance. No, this is also necessary. We are not discarding anything, but to be serious in spiritual life. Thank you all. Jai Ma. So how are you?